Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 7. We will explain about pairs. My name is Ugir Nabila and my friend Nico Ilyas and Leni Anggun Kusuma. Concept of pairs. A pair is a group of words that stand together as a single unit, typically as part of a clause or a sentence. A pair does not contain a subject and verb and consequently cannot convey a complete thought. A pair contrasts with a clause. A clause does not contain a subject and verb and it conveys a complete idea. Type of pairs and example. Noun pairs, a red box. Verb pairs, will go. Adjective pairs, quite big. Adverb pairs, very slowly. Prepositional pairs, in the car. The difference between pairs and clause. A pair is a group relate of words. It does not contain a subject and a verb. For example, a sad story. And a clause is a group relate words. It contains a subject and verb. For example, she was reading a sad story. Okay, next, noun pairs. Noun pairs is a pairs that plays the role of a noun. A noun pairs consists of a noun, a person, place or thing, and any modifier. The modifiers can come before or after the noun. Noun pairs are used to describe nouns with clearer descriptions. So when we use noun pairs, we not only show a noun, but also provide a clearer or more specific explanation of the noun. Function of noun pairs are noun pairs as subject, a noun pairs as object, a noun pairs as object or preposition, and noun pairs as indirect object. There are two types of noun pairs. First is basic noun pairs, a noun pairs consisting of determiner, predeterminer, central determiner, and or post-determiner, and head, noun, number, or adjective. Example of basic noun pairs. Example, all the trees. Description, predeterminer distributive is all. Central determiner article is the. And head noun is trees. Next, complex noun pairs. A noun pairs composed by several components making these pairs more complicated than a basic noun pairs. Component of complex noun pairs namely pre-modifier, head, and post-modifier. Example of noun pairs. The nice car being parked there is new. Pre-modifier determiner is the. Plus adjective nice. Head noun is car. Post modifier participle pairs is being parked there. Okay, next explanation will be Nico.
I wanna continue presentation with adjective phrase. An adjective phrase are group of words consisting of adjective and modifier, determiner and or qualifier or intensifier. Just like a simple adjective, the adjective phrase serves to explain the noun. Positions may be before or after the noun. As attributive to from noun phrase or after linking verbs as predictive. Positions, adjective, and adjective phrase. Positions. Attributive, it is before noun. And adjective, I like a dark chocolate. Adjective phrase, I like a very dark chocolate. And predictive, it is located after the verb and its function is not described noun. Tommy is smart. Tommy in adjective phrase, Tommy is extremely smart. Modifiers. Modifier is a word, phrase or clause that function as an adjective or adverb. Modifiers may be before adjective or after adjective in postmodifier. In the case of adjective praise, generally the premodifier used is a simple adjective or a simple adverb, while postmodifier can be either infinitive or prepositional praise. For example, adjective praise young, married, modifier young, and adjective. Adjective praise certain to happen, modifier to happen, and infinitive. Adjective praise or afraid of the dark, pre, praise. And adjective praise angry with you in modifier praise. Pre, Intensifier. Intensifier is an adverb that can function to emphasize, amplify, or adjective downtown. Example: adjective praise, partially complete, intensifier, partially. Adjective praise pretty small, intensifier, pretty, and adjective praise really nice, intensifier really. Prepositional praise as adjective praise. If the adjective praise is translated in a broader sense, i.e. all the praise that describe the noun, the prepositional praise placed after the noun can be one of them. For example, he is student from Massachusetts Institute Technology. Explain the noun is student. 2. The woman with a leather bag is looking at you. Explain the noun is woman. An example for adjective praise: 1. The weather is the country is very cold. 2. I still remember our sweet moment. 3. You are the most tricky man that I have ever met. 4. The students are aware of Indonesia economic condition. 5. Are monosodium glutamate dangerous to our health? And next, adverb praise. An adverb praise is simply a group of two or more words that function as an adverb in a sentence. Just as an adverb can modify a verb, adjective, or another adverb, an adverb praise of more than one word can further describe a verb, adverb, or adjective. An adverb praise tells how, when, where, why, or what extent, how long, how many, how much, or how far. For example, we complete the science project before the deadline. The adverb praise modifies the verb complete, telling when. And next, for example, we were happy with the results, and the adverb praise modifies the adjective happy, telling how. And next, for example, we had worked diligently for a week. The adverb praise modifies the adverb diligently, telling to what extent. And next, adverb praise. An adverb praise is simply a group of two or more words that function as an adverb in a sentence. Just as an adverb can modify a verb, adjective, or another adverb, an adverb praise of more than one word can further describe a verb, adverb, or adjective. An adverb praise tells how, when, where, why, or what extent, how long, how many, how much, or how far. For example, we complete the science project before the deadline. The adverb praise modifies the verb complete, telling when. And next, for example, we were happy with the results, And the adverb praise modifies the adjective happy, telling how. And next, for example, we had worked diligently for a week. The adverb praise modifies the adverb diligently, telling to what extent. Adverb by qualifier. Adverb of manner. Slowly. Qualifier is extremely. Example of adverb praise. He drives extremely slowly. Adverb of manner quickly. Qualifier enough. An example of adverb praise. Every waiter should clean tables quickly enough. Adverb time. Example of adverb praise. They couldn't do anything during the storm. And manner. Example, the customer always pays the bill with his debit card. And place. For example, I'm on a flight to Bandung. Frequency. For example, old people may need to see a doctor every year. And adverb purpose. He bought this tiramisu cake for you.
I'm Leni Anggun Kusuma. I will explain about the verb pairs and the preposition adverb. Okay, the first is verb pairs. A verb pairs refers to a pairs that comprises of at least one verb and the dependence of the verb in which the verb functions as the head word of the pairs. For the example, he has been singing. Has been singing is verb pairs. And the second is the child found the puppy. Found the puppy is the verb pairs. The structure of the verb pairs, there are two, and the first is main verb and the second is auxiliary verbs. And main verbs consist from of the main verbs tense, person, number, aspect, and future time. And then in auxiliary verbs consist primary verbs, modal auxiliary, and the sequence of the auxiliary. Okay, the main verbs. From of the main verb, the first is based from. For the example, logs, mention, give, speak. That use is be. And then the present from. For the example, logs, mentions, gives, speaks. That use is, are, and am. And then past from. For the example, located, mentioned, gave, and spoke. That use is was and were. And then each participle. For the example, located, mentioned, given, and spoken. That use is been. And ing participle. The example, looking, mentioning, giving, speaking. That use is being. The next is auxiliary verb in verb pairs. Primary verbs be, do, and have. For the example, I'm listening to music. Do you always put the cat out at night? I have never traveled to China. Modal auxiliaries. The sequence of the auxiliary. Modal auxiliary. For the example, you should be careful. Perfect auxiliary. For the example, you should have been more careful. Progressive auxiliary. For example, you should have been cutting the carrots. And then the passive auxiliary. For the example is the room should have been cleaned yesterday. Okay, the next explain is prepositional pairs. A prepositional pairs is a group of words beginning with the preposition and ending in the noun or pronoun. The noun or pronoun that ends the prepositional pairs is called the object of the preposition. Prepositional pairs usually do the work of the adjective and adverb in the sentence. And then For the example of prepositional pairs, uh, the one is he sat in the desk. In is the preposition and desk is the object of the preposition. And the second is she stole money from him. From is the preposition, him is the object of the preposition. Okay, the next is adverb pairs. A prepositional pairs that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb is an adverb pairs. Adverb pairs tell when, where, why, how, or to the what action. And then the example of adverb pairs. The first is he lived above the restaurant. Above the restaurant is the prepositional pairs, and then the pairs modifies the verb live is where does he live. And the second is student can leave after the bell. After the bell is the prepositional pairs, and then the pairs modify the verb can leave when can they leave.